Disneyland California's Adventure. We're starting off on the California Adventure side. That is the Go Coaster. Now we're on the Radiator Springs. This is one of my favorite rides. I love how fast it goes and the curves and like the Humpty-Doos. And then the beautiful mountainous views with the waterfalls. It's really fun. There's an inside section and an outside. Here we go. The California Adventure side is wheelchair friendly, so you won't find a lot of turnstiles on the California Adventure side. So that's one thing to note if you are at the beginning of your maybe health journey. They also don't have like the skip the line on the California Adventure side. If you have a wheelchair, you have to go through the line. This is one of my favorite spots. The other one is at the very end of the race. After the ride, we are going to walk over to the Toy Story game. That was my grandson Zayden and his girlfriend Jordan. On this ride, my grandson Graham is on my side of the Toy Story, so we play against each other. Now here over in Radiator Springs, there's a certain time of the night when all of the lights are turned on. As I walked over here, I noticed everybody was standing around, so I knew it was time for the lights to come on. And it's pretty exciting to see them all come on, and then they dance out in the street, have a little parade. At this corner, the cafe, it's like a 50s diner. That one had one at least, like a high protein, low carb option with roast beef. And we're walking by the Carthay Circle, and you have to have a reservation for that restaurant. Now, we got to Disneyland at kind of a late time. We were there after noon, and so by the time we started walking over to the main side, it was already getting dark. So here we are. We went right over to the Haunted Mansion first, rode Haunted Mansion, and then we went over to Pirates of the Caribbean. Then we went to Indiana Jones, and then ended with Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. So you scanned your ticket? What happened? What's that doing?
Didn't you hear that? It makes different sounds.
Sorry, no, you can't.
That machine was to scan your tickets whenever you have the Lightning Pass. That is something that you pay extra for so that you can go in the express lane. All the way down. Woo. We're going to the Haunted Mansion.
Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. My way. Let's haunt our best.
If you've been to the Disneyland in Florida, you'll notice some of the differences in lighting and different features. So it's really cool to compare both parks. Now we're in the Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean, and we're going down. This is the splash part. The guy behind us said some water got into his mouth. He was kind of talkative on this part, so if you hear him, it was the guest behind us. In the next clip, we're going to Indiana Jones, which is a very rough ride. You do bounce back and forth, and it's very dark, so it's hard to get a good video.
Thanks. You guys are on your own.
And for our last ride, we're on Big Thunder Mountain. Now, it even has a different name over at the Disney World. I think it's like the Railroad. Forget what the name of it is, but you see a little bit of similarities and differences. This one's really fun at night. It goes super fast, and it's even hard to keep your hands up because you will slide around in the chair. Like, it is incredible. It's so fun. You can just hear the power as it's like turning. We're on a corkscrew going really super fast. I think it's even better to go at nighttime because you can't see where everything is, and so it makes it more fun. Then as we're leaving the park, you're going to see lights on the buildings and the fireworks show. You'll just see a little bit of the fireworks as we were walking out at that time. Now, even when I was 300 to 313, I rode all of these rides. And there were times where we would rent a wheelchair so that we could get the back of the line, or because my legs were, had a lot more difficulty. And it was so nice to get on these rides and be a lot thinner, 160 pounds thinner. And the only thing I would say is on this Big Thunder Mountain, make sure that you're seated with somebody a similar size so that they don't fly out, because I'm serious, you could probably fly out of this thing really easily. This was so fun. This is the first time I've been back to Disneyland since losing 160 pounds. And it was definitely a different and better experience. My legs didn't hurt. I was able to walk, stand, do all the things, and be able to get in and out of the rides easier. I didn't have to look ahead to see if I was going to fit through something. And I was able to get up the stairs after you get off the rides. There's some rides where you go upstairs afterwards. Now, if you're in a wheelchair, there are wheelchair accessible pathways in all the rides. So that is definitely not an issue for ADA compliance. So this is our ride edition, and I'll have a separate video about food that we encountered and how I was able to eat and stay within my calorie range. However, I do think that Disneyland needs to work on their menus, especially for people who need to be low carb or for diabetic patients.